front straightaway here soon and kind of give me a signal that, yep, we need to go racing. I've got John Messenger down here, and John's going to do our invocation for us here in a little bit. John, since you're standing here, welcome back to MOTORDROME Speedway.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to be back.
Now, I've got to kind of educate myself on a lot of the drivers here since, you know, it's been 13, 14 years since I've been here. You're from the West Virginia area?
Yes, sir. Clarksburg.
Clarksburg, West Virginia. You pull all the way up here to MOTORDROME. Now, what possessed you to get into asphalt racing in western Pennsylvania?
I always liked it. I went back up to Jennerstown there back in the early 90s and saw it, and I wanted to go racing then, but dirt stuff, I had too much of it, couldn't sell it off.
Now, the dirt racing is kind of a big thing going on right now. The asphalt racing, you've got the NASCAR Weekly Racing Series presented by Dodge. A lot of great things going on with the NASCAR Series, a lot of big money going on. You win a track championship here, there's a lot of money. You win the region, I think it's close to $40,000 or more than $40,000, about $170,000 in the national championship. That's got to be a pretty big emphasis on why you'd want to get back into asphalt racing.
Oh, absolutely. We got a little ways to go before we get to that point, but you know, we're working on some top fives and stuff here. Practice went real good for us, so you know, tonight we got a little bit of a miss in the car, but hopefully we'll get it worked out and be strong. Is
this the car you ran here last year?
Yes, sir.
And you finished where in the points?
10th.
10th in the points. Well, that's pretty good. That'll be all right. That's a start and something to build on for the season, and we certainly wish you the best as tonight and as the season goes on.
Thank you very much.
All right, John Messenger. While we're waiting, I guess, on Ron Brutt, and Jamie Volkovac pulls away, we're going to be racing each and every Friday night. Race time is at 7:30, and like I said, we got a little bit of a late start. We had a pretty good backup at the gate area, so we wanted to make sure we got all the cars in and signed in and everybody taken care of. And Ron Brutt says, Dave, you better hurry up because we're about ready to go racing.
Hey, Ron, you want me to go ahead and do the invocation now?
Well, race fans, at this time, I'd like to please ask everybody to stand, and gentlemen, remove your hats. On a little bit of a solemn note, we're going to extend our wishes to the family of young Jimmy Stokes. Jimmy was a member of our track family here who worked at concession stand. A little over a week ago, he lost his life in an auto accident, and we're going to ask John Messenger to lead us in prayer.
Please bow your heads. Lord, we thank you for this great country you give us and all the wonderful blessings that you rain down on us. We thank you for giving us this beautiful country to live free. And Lord, we pray for forgiveness, and we thank you with all of our hearts for coming down and dying on a cross for us. In your holy and precious and loving name, we beg you, please. Amen.
Thank you, John. Race fans, please remain. 34 of Rich Nicola. The number. All right, green's out. We're racing. Down into turn one, Frank Turek jumps into the lead. Robin Rimmel running second. Will lead lap one in the number 5. Rimmel right on the back bumper. The field stringing out single file. The number 34 of Rich Nicola. Of 8 in the books. their driver ID on the black number 13. Turek now stretching his lead over Robin Rimmel. Third place, Rich Nicola, the 44 machine of Sean Wright, the 15 of Jonathan Heilman, and the 42 machine of John Stern Jr. Flags out. The 13 is Chris Vergonia. Frank Turek leading this race, green right now from green to white. It would be green to checkered. Frank Turek picking up the first win of the 2004 race season. Robin Rimmel in the 22 machine second. The 34 of Rich Nicola third. The 13 of Chris Vergonia out of Pitcairn fourth. 25 machine, the black number 35, Bill Ashton. The 64 machine of Bill Henry. The 70, Todd Knight. And out. Sean Phillips in the 31. Oh, gets a little bit sideways out of two. Phillips going from the penthouse to the outhouse, from second to the back of the field. The 25 of Dave Tavimarino in the lead. The 64 of Bill Henry putting a little bit of pressure on the 25 of Tavimarino. Tavimarino stretched it out a little bit. Now the battle shaping up for second. Todd Knight trying the high side on the 64. The 64 trying to close the door. Knight now working that second groove to the high side of the number 64 of Bill Henry. Side by side down into turn 3. Todd Knight inching ahead for that second spot. Tavimarino holding on to the top position, but here comes Todd Knight. Todd Knight now looking high. He's got the high side working. Todd Knight using the back bumper on the number 25 of Dave Tavimarino. Now he's looking low down the front straightaway into turn 1. 4 laps in the books. Down the back straightaway, the 70 of Todd Knight down low, going into turn 3. Knight and Tavimarino side by side out of turn 4. Todd Knight picks up the lead at the completion of lap number 5. Remain 6 down, 2 left to go. White flag, 1 lap remaining, and your leader Todd Knight stretching it out over Tavimarino. Out of turn 4, Todd Knight picks up the win. his first heat race win of the year. Hey, race fans, what I can tell you right now, Mark Poole in the number 98 out of Acme, the number 8 rookie driver in the late models, Danny Lewis. Danny in the truck division last year. For the late models competing, the Falcones Dodge late models competing in the NASCAR Weekly Racing Series presented by Dodge. Poole brings them out of turn 4. Green's out, we're racing. Mark Poole jumps into the lead. Tommy Beck second, Danny Lewis. John Komarinsky looking low on Lewis in the 33. You see the shower of sparks flying out of the bottom of the number 60 machine. The car sits a little bit low as they go into the turns. It bottoms out. Two laps in the book. Mark Poole, Tommy Beck closing fast in the number 60. About 10 car lengths back to number 8 of Danny Lewis, and then John Komarinsky right on his bumper. Now Beck pulls up to the back bumper of Mark Poole going into the turns. Oh, Poole slides high. Beck looking low. Beck's got the car hooked up in the low groove. Poole shot high going into turn 1. Looks like his car not quite handling. Oh, and Beck bobbles out of turn 4. Poole in the 96, his car running a little bit higher. In the turns, he exited turn 2 a little bit higher, entered turn 1 good, came out a little bit high. Beck right on the back bumper of Poole. Going into turn 4, Tommy Beck looking down low, down the front straightaway. Side by side into turn 1, Tommy Beck, Mark Poole. Beck into the lead. The 92 of Jamie Bolkovac, problems under the hood of that machine. Tommy Beck picking up the lead on lap 5. Bolkovac's car sounding real sick. This time by 2 laps to go. Now John Komarinsky pressuring the number 8 of Danny Lewis. Komarinsky the veteran, Lewis the rookie in the late model division. Tommy Beck really stretching the lead in the number 60 machine. White flag. Keep an eye on that third place battle. Lewis going high, Komarinsky looking low. Tommy Beck looks like he's going to pick up his first win of the 2004 season. Oh, and a problem, the 8 car going around in turns 3 and 4. Danny Lewis going for the loop. As the checkered and yellow flag waves simultaneously. And your winner, Tommy Beck, in the number 60, out of Delmont, in the stands Heat race 2 for the late models. Rick Miller in the number 25. Gary Wiltrout, the 69 machine of Chris Lester. The number 5 of Sean Pilla. And the 51. Now we got John Messenger in the right heat. He's in the 51, Dave. In the number 25, Gary Wiltrout in the 95, moving up to second. dropping Neil Brown into 25 to third. John Messenger working over the number 43 of Mike Adams. Sean Pillar right there in the number 5 machine. Chris Lester in the 69 rounding out the field. Looking down low, John Messenger in the 51. Working over the 43 of Mike Adams. Adams able to hold him off, but he slides high out of turn 2. Sean Pilla in the number 5 machine, trying to get by the 51 of Messenger. Rick Miller continues to stretch his lead halfway, 5 down, 5 remain. This 10-lap heat race for the Falcones Dodge late models. Battle for the 4th spot continues. Messenger real good out of turn 4, but can't make the car stick. 43 of Adams desperately trying to hang on to that 4th spot right now. Flag, 1 lap remaining. Rick Miller in turn 3 and 4. Miller picking up the heat race win in the Brooks. Number 25. So Rick Miller picking up his first heat race win. Miller out of Dunbar in the Brooks Automotive Group Precision Chassis. '55 of Curtis Stewart, the 32 machine, John Castor, the 24, Chantel Germack, the lone lady in this division, Steve Black in the number 1, Ribbit, Greg Kelly in the 98, the Froggies 98, the 51 machine of Brandon Manns, the 18 of Ernest Merritt, the green's out, we're racing. Marion Reno Jr. in the number 8 team truck to Chantel Germack in the 24. Castor jumping into the lead in a 32 machine, followed by Steve Black. Curtis Stewart dropping like a rock in the 55 machine. Up the second position. 4 laps down. in this 8-lap heat race for the Falcones Dodge Pro Truck Division. Steve Black, the number 1, the 51 of Brandon Manns, side by side. Manns moving into the 4th spot. Turn 4, picking up the white flag. John Castor in the number 32. Marion Reno in the number 8 running second. The 98 machine running third, and the caution flag waves. 7 laps. Green, white, checkered should do the trick. Marion Reno looking, but gets a little sideways out of 4. Castor gets a good jump. White flag, 1 lap remaining. Leading this entire event from the drop of the green flag will pick up his heat race win. Second going to Marion Reno. Third to the Froggies 98 of Greg Kelly. Fourth to the 51 of Brandon Mann. Steve Black in the 1. Gary Scott in the 16. Tom Knight Jr. in the number 76 machine will lead the field of the green flag in the Smale Pontiac GMC open wheel modifieds. Green's out, they're moving up the speed down into turn 1. Jumping into the lead, Mike Bacalon in the 98, Matt Smith dropping into second. A quagmire there for the 3rd spot. Todd Knight down low, moving into the 3rd position. And if I would read my sheet closer, it's Tom Knight in the 76. A little bit sideways out of turn 3. The 16 of Gary Scott moving into the 4th position. Bacalon, Smith pulling away from the balance of the field. Now Matt Smith starting to reel in Mike Bacalon. Place machine of Tom Knight. Gary Scott in the number 16 machine. Looking low, looking high, but he's looking low down the back straightaway. Going into 3. He looks high again. Knight holding on to the position. Of 2 running out there on the speedway. The 98 of Bacalon, to 3 of Smith. Knight and Scott. 2 laps remain in this 8-lap heat race for the open wheel modifieds. White flag waving. Matt Smith closing a gap. Smith on the back bumper of Bacalon. Down the back straightaway, Matt Smith looking low. Going into turn 3. Oh! Bacalon closes the door. Let's see if Smith can make the pass. Out of turn 4, looks low, but no room. The checkered flag comes out for Mike Bacalon. Matt Smith second. Third going to Tom Knight. Gary Scott fourth. The 01 of Harry Opfer rounds out the field. Bob Benson should be in the 60. We're going to have to double check that. The 11 of John Probanik. Out of turn 4, the green flag's out. Check the 60. That's Adam Kostelnik in the 60. And he was leading until the 97 of George Nicola took the position over. Shaping up for the third spot, the 32 of Matt Panay looking low. John Probanik in the 11, now the 32 moving into the third position. Matt Panay. Down. Adam Kostelnik looking all over the 97. Two laps remain. Nicola maintaining his lead. Kostelnik working him over, but unable to make the pass. The white flag waves. 1 lap to go in this 8-lap heat race for the Smale Pontiac GMC open wheel modifieds. And the checkered flag for George P. Nicola picking up his heat race win. Adam Kostelnik in the 60, finishing second. Matt Panay finishing third in the 32 machine. The 11, the .04 Bob Shipp. Fred Bell in the number 10 machine. The 14 of Daniel Angelicio. Mike Lemley in the number 4 machine. Green flag out. We're racing. leading the first lap. Andrew Kostelnik running second. Mike Lemley running third in the 4. Oh, a little close contact, smoke. Remain in this 6-lap heat race, and problems in the number 50 of Jeff Giles. Giles smoking heavily early on, coming to a slow pace out of turn 4. Drops low, looks like he'll make his way to the pit area. White flag waving for the 04 of Bob Shipp. Flag for Bob Shipp in the 04 machine, picking up his first one of the year. Andrew Kostelnik finishing second in the 57. The number 4 of Mike Lemley third. The number 4 machine, the 17, Dave McManus, and they have horns, and I was told horns and brakes, which, yeah, that should be a good thing that they have brakes. But they have horns and brake lights. The American Flyer division, the number 4, Bill Oldham in the number 5. Driver didn't fill out his driver roster sheet on the number 4, so we'll get him figured out here shortly. Green flag's out, we're racing. Nick Bacalon in the number 4 machine. Oh, hang on, Lucy. 3 wide down the back straightaway. The 22 machine of Gene Greco moving into the second position out of turn 4. Here they come, wheeling and dealing. The number 4 of Nick Bacalon, or number 5, I'm sorry, of Bill Oldham in the lead. The 22 of Gene Greco, painted up a little bit like Robin Rimmel's machine. Oh, 3 wide down the back straightaway. Will they fit? Somebody wisely backs out of it. It looks like the number 6 machine. William Bone in the number 6 machine. Ed Deneen in the number 16. Now the battle shaping up for the top spot. Gene Greco and Nick Bacalon. Laps of distance for the American Flyer division, and man, are they mixing it up. Battles almost all over the racetrack in this division. Bacalon trying the low line to hold off the 22 of Gene Greco. The 32 of Dan Jordan running third. The white flag out. Looks like the low lane is the fast lane. It's the quickest lane around the speedway. Now the 22 machine looking low. Down the back straightaway, the 5 of Oldham trying to protect the position. Tires squealing, motors humming, brake lights on, out of turn 4, and the checkered flag waves for Nick Bacalon in the number 5, or Bill Oldham in the number 5 machine. So Bill Oldham picks up the win in the American Flyer Division. Competitive look. All right, the driver, the number 5 of Frank Turek. If Frank Turek wins the race event tonight, now you guys all got to be on your feet cheering for Frank. Robin Rimmel in the number 22 machine, 20 laps the distance for the Subway Street Stocks in the 13 machine. Chris Vergona in the 13 machine. 31 being driven by Sean Phillip. 70 machine being driven by Todd Knight. The 5 of Frank Turek, our Subway meatball sandwich driver. Out of turn 4, Robin Rimmel brings him to the green flag. Robin Rimmel jumping into the lead down the back straightaway. Sean Phillip in the 31, battling side by side with Chris Vergona. Frank Turek right there in the 4th spot, 2 by 2. Todd Knight to the high side of Frank Turek. Oh, a little bump and a little bang in the 31 of Vergona, a little sideways out of turn 2. Or Phillips rather, 13 of Vergona. A heated battle shaping up for the 2nd spot. Frank Turek looking low on the number 13 of Chris Vergona. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. Here comes Todd Knight. Pulling to the back bumper of Frank Turek as Robin Rimmel says, keep it up guys, I'm taking off. 3 laps in the books. Todd Knight now moving up to the 3rd spot, dropping Vergona to 4th. Sean Phillips in the 5th position. Rich Nicola looking low for that 5th position and makes the pass down the back straightaway. Single file stringing out now. Robin Rimmel with about an 8-car length lead over Frank Turek. Todd Knight running 3rd. Chris Vergona in the 13 running 4th. The 34 of Rich Nicola running in the 5th position. Rimmel's lead shrinking slightly. Frank Turek able to close the gap. Todd Knight just kind of sitting back, waiting to see what happens in the number 70 machine. Vergona and the 34 of Rich Nicola shaping up to have a good battle for that 4th spot. The 31 of Sean Phillips right there with them. Down the back straightaway in that 4th position, really heating up. Now the number 5 of Frank Turek looking low, looking high on Robin Rimmel. Rimmel trying to hold him off. Out of turn 2, Turek bobbles out of the turn, loses some ground. Todd Knight closes the gap in the number 70 machine. Robin Rimmel, the car not handling up to par, slipping and sliding out of turn 4. Frank Turek now looking onto the high side. Rimmel slides a little high. Turek looking low, lines him up, now looks high down the back straightaway. Good battle for that 4 spot. 3 wide down the back straightaway. And the 34 machine of Rich Nicola hanging on and moving up into the position. Vergona right there with them. Phillips also single file for the lead. The 22 of Robin Rimmel, Frank Turek, Todd Knight. Great racing going on around the racetrack. 12 laps of 20 in the books. Frank Turek, the Subway sandwich man, looking high again. Todd Knight trying to pull up to the back bumper of Turek as they go into turn 1. Robin sneezes, we're going to have a problem. Turek's right there on his back bumper. Todd Knight now, Turek looking low out of turn 4, side by side. Down the front straightaway into turn 1. Here comes a meatball sandwich. Going into turn 2, still side by side. Todd Knight looking for a way to get the lead. 14 down, 6 remain. Turek still even with Robin Rimmel as they exit turn 4. The 5 to go signal given. Now Frank Turek edges slightly ahead, but Robin Rimmel comes right back. Todd Knight in the 70 now looking low on Rimmel down the back straightaway. Turek starting to pull ahead of the 22 machine. Rimmel comes right back. Losing ground though, Turek's got the preferred line. Here comes Todd Knight. Todd Knight looks low on Robin Rimmel entering turn 1. Now Todd Knight trying to get past the 22 of Robin Rimmel. 4 laps remain. Frank Turek only about a car and a half length ahead of this second place battle. But you know he's got to love them side by side because that gives him a little bit of a buffer as they continue side by side, wheel to wheel into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway now, Todd Knight inches ahead into the 2nd position. Flag out. 1 more lap to go for Frank Turek in the number 5 machine. Todd Knight trying to close the gap. Time running out. Frank Turek's going to bring him around out of turn 4 to the checkered flag. Picking up the first win of the year and a meatball sandwich. Frank Turek in the number 5. Todd Knight in the 70. Robin Rimmel finishing 3rd. The 34 of Rich Nicola and the 31 of Sean Phillips round out the field. So guess what? Go to your participating Subway store and you're going to get a free. Getting congratulations from the crew. Multi-race winner last year. Looks like he's kind of picking up the pace from a year ago, and he's out of the car, race fans. Frank Turek, give him a big round of applause. The winner of the Subway Street Stock main event, and he's going to be the guy that got you all a free Subway meatball sandwich. Frank, way to go. Man, that was a tough fought race.
Oh, it was a hard fought race. Them guys all race good, hard and clean.
Did you expect the race to go green to checkered all the way 20 laps?
No, I figured we'd have a couple cautions in there somewhere along the line.
Now last year you picked up a handful of wins starting the season out the right way.
Oh, it don't hurt to start out on top every once in a while, but that can fall real quick.
Hey, how about some thanks to the people that are involved in your race car?
I'd like to thank all my crew, my wife, all my sponsors, MOTORDROME Speedway, Westside Lube and Tire, Star Chevrolet, Seacrest, and my own business, Frank Torres Heating and Plumbing.
All right, congratulations. Hey, now you know you were drawn as a Subway meatball sandwich man tonight?
Oh, I hope to give a lot of hoagies away.
Yeah, man, everybody in the grandstands, the participating store, they get a free meatball sandwich from Subway.
Right, I'll be after mine too.
All right, Frank Turek race fans, your winner of the Subway Street Stock 20-lap main event. We're about ready to go race in the late model division up here next. Mike? All right, we got one race in the books. It's been pretty fast paced here, but we're kind of getting... Starting fourth will be the number 98 machine of Neil Brown. The 92 of Jamie Bolkovic is scheduled to start in the 633 of Mike Adams. The number 8 of Danny Lewis will start ninth. The 60 of Tommy Beck. The 96 of Mark Poole. The 95 of Gary Wiltrout starts 11th. Paul Urso in the 37 starts 13th, and the 69 of Chris Lester will round out the field. Out of turn 4, greens out, we're racing. Oh, hang on, Pilla going for the spin in turn 2. Oh, lighten them up, Chris Lester. Everybody making it through. And the green stays on. Green flag racing continues. Tommy Beck said, yep, let's get going, boys. Beck advances a number of positions. Rick Miller shot into the lead. Neil Brown in the 98, now running second. The 50 of Doug Bakioka running third. Komarinsky and Danny Lewis. Tommy Beck got a long way to go, but he's trying to make up the ground. Gary Wiltrout, your track champion 2 years ago, trying to make his way up through the field. A number of cars nearly losing it. Hangs Rick Miller right now, the man on the point. Neil Brown on his back bumper. Out of turn 3, the green's out. We're racing. Tommy Beck to the high side of John Komarinsky, trying to bring Gary Wiltrout. Got squeezed out of turn 2, but hangs on to the position. Wiltrout looking to the high side of Komarinsky. Gary Wiltrout now into the 5th position. Here comes the 51 of John Messenger, working over the 33 of Komarinsky as well. Rick Miller now starting to stretch the lead in the number 25. Tommy Beck looking low on Bakioka. Oh, Bakioka bobbles and Wiltrout pounds him in the back end. Bakioka got sideways out of the turn. Wiltrout nowhere to go. Punches in the back end. Damage to the front, the nose area on Gary Wiltrout's machine. He continues on. Don't know if that may affect the heating or the handling. Rick Miller continues to lead and stretch the lead over Neil Brown. Now Wiltrout looking low on the number 50 of Doug Bakioki. Down the back straightaway, Wiltrout looks like no problems possibly with the damage to the front end of that car. For that fourth position, Gary Wiltrout, Doug Bakioki, side by side. Oh, hang on! Wiltrout going for the loop, collects John Komarinsky. The 43, the 96. The 92 stopped over there with Jamie Volkovac. One other car, possibly Danny Lewis. Heavy damage to the front of the number 8 machine. Oh, a tough break. Wiltrout going around collecting the 69 of Chris Lester, the leader, out of turn 3 and turn 3. The green flag's out. Miller on the gas. Tommy Beck now the man pressuring Neil Brown in the 98. Beck looking low. Making his way through the field, gets past the 33 of John Komarinsky. Rick Miller stretching the lead in the number 25. Neil Brown hanging on to the second spot. Tommy Beck unable to make any progression in the 60. Oh, sideways into turn 1, but keeps it under wraps. Gary Wiltrout having a problem going into 1. The 50 car, Mike Bakioki, looked like it almost came to a stop in turn 4, but he continues on. Looked like the handling may be going away in that machine. 20 laps down, 21 laps down now, just past the halfway point of the 40-lap feature. Rick Miller continues to lead this event with Neil Brown second, Tommy Beck third, Doug Bakioki fourth, and John Messenger fifth. Gary Wiltrout now putting the pressure on Messenger as they come into turn 4 and out of turn 4. Messenger trying to hold off Wiltrout. Wiltrout looking to the high side. Whatever damage Wiltrout had, not affecting his car right now, side by side with John Messenger as they go into turn 4. Bakioki having all kind of handling problems. Look out, contact made. Wiltrout and the 51 of Messenger making contact on the front straightaway. Messenger possibly not knowing Wiltrout was out there as he tried to make the pass. Gives him a little bit more room now. Wiltrout now going into a little too hard into turns 1 and 2. Loses a little ground on Messenger. Messenger gives him the space though. I don't think Messenger realized he was out there when they got together on the front straightaway. Now Wiltrout turning up the wick in the number 95. Trying to close on the number 50 of Bakioki. Gary Wiltrout to the low side of Doug Bakioki. Tommy Beck now trying to work over Neil Brown. Time running out in this event. Wiltrout now moving up into the 4th spot, but Bakioki hanging tough with him. And Bakioki gives up the position to Gary Wiltrout. Rick Miller stretching that lead lap after lap. Tommy Beck desperately trying to get around the 98 of Neil Brown. Unable to do so at this point now. Messenger working the low side of Doug Bakioki down the back straightaway. Remain 30 down in this 40-lap main event for the Falcone Dodge late model. Messenger a little bit sideways out of turn 4, but hangs on to it. Now Komarinsky and Poole closing in. Bakioki running that high line. Don't think he wants to, but I believe that's where the car wants to send him. Messenger looking low out of turn 4, side by side down the front straightaway into 1. Bakioki able to hang on to that top line. Messenger keeps trying the bottom lane but can't make the pass. Bakioki hanging on for dear life. Messenger again dirt tracking out of the turn. Better than a straightaway lead over Neil Brown and Tommy Beck. Beck still trying to work over Brown. Can't get the position. Another straightaway back to 4th place of Gary Wiltrout. Better than a straightaway. Then it's that 5th place battle that continues. Messenger and Bakioki. Bakioki stretches it. Messenger catches him out of 4. Bakioki stretches it again. Remain rather for your leader, Rick Miller. A lot of action going on back there with John Komarinsky, Mark Poole, and the lap car of Chris Lester. Bakioki able to hang on to that 5th spot. Messenger falling back, a white flag out. One more lap remains for your leader, Rick Miller. looks like Miller going to pick up where he left off in the 2003 season. Out of turn 4, down the front straightaway, your winner, Rick Miller. In the 2003 season, the Brooks Automotive Group left-hander chassis of Rick Miller, your 2003 race champion in the Falcone Dodge late model division. A little bit of smoke coming out from underneath the hood of the 25. I don't know if he's cooking hamburgers or hot dogs. He's out of the car, race fans. Give him a big round of applause. Your winner, Rick Miller. Rick, congratulations. Let's go around the front side of this race car. Let's see, where did we leave off about 14 years ago?
Trying to win all the races we can and learn how to race a little bit better. Back then I used to be a young Charger, young Lion. Now I'm an old grizzled veteran.
Well, you know, you've learned. I haven't. 13 years ago, and I'm back doing this stuff. You're still doing it and winning. What a great race. I mean, all the way, and the car looked like it handled flawlessly.
Oh, the car handled perfectly, and we had the advantage of, you know, starting up front, and the other guys, Neil and Gary and everybody, they had to start deeper in the field, so it definitely gave us the advantage. And, you know, tonight just happened to be our night.
Just looked like a championship season for you, coming off the title last year. The Winston Racing Series pays a lot of money, so something to shoot for.
Hopefully. Last year, you know, we were lucky enough and fortunate to win the championship, and we got moved to the Atlantic region last year, and we didn't know what to expect there. Now, this year, after having a year in that region, we know that to be the champion of that region, you have to go and win races because the other guys down south are doing the same thing.
Well, congratulations. Hey, let's go back a couple of weeks ago before we get off the air here. You had a problem with the motor in this car. You guys actually blew up, I guess, what, a couple laps into your practice session?
Yeah, we made 4 laps and we lost a rod bearing out. The sealed engine broke, and you know, really put us behind a little bit. We thought we were going to, you know, had a lot of ideas and a lot of stuff we wanted to test and didn't get to do anything. But I'd like to thank Tim Schwanke. You know, Schwanke Engines, they stepped up the bat and got us a new engine in a couple days and made it really good.
How about the sponsors on your machine?
Yeah, Brooks Automotive Group. John's been really great help to us. Valvoline, Bellevue Chassis, Red Devil Brakes, the whole everybody.
You haven't skipped a beat in about 13 or 14 years. You did it the way you did it back then.
Oh yeah, I guess practice makes perfect.
All right, congratulations, race fans. Your winner, Rick Miller in the Falcone Dodge 40-lap feature event. Your 2003 race champion. Mike Dunn, I guess you've got a little information. We were trying to figure out what happened to Gary Wiltrout and the problems that he was having a little bit earlier.
That's right, Dave. I was talking to his crew down here in the pits. They said there was a little contact earlier in the races, and his hood had almost buckled to an extent, and he was having some trouble seeing. That might have been cause of some of the problems.
Falcone Chrysler Jeep Pro Truck Division feature lineup. 32 of John Castor, the 24 of Chantel Germack, the 98 of Greg Kelly. Out of turn 4, the green's out, we're racing. Brandon Manns in the 51 and the 18 of Ernest Merritt. Steve Black, the number 1, jumps into the lead at the drop of the green. Marion Reno looking low in the number 8. John Castor right there, the top 4 in close formation. Greg Kelly in the 98. Now Reno down low on Steve Black into turn 4. John Castor coming with Reno, moves up into the 2nd position. Kelly trying to do likewise, gets down into the grass, hangs on to it. Castor letting Reno know that I'm back here. Kelly now up to the 3rd position. Here comes Chantel Germack in the 24. Moves up into the 6th position. Brandon Manns in the 51, running in your 5th position as the trucks string out just a little bit. Reno hanging tough in that number 8, but John Castor working him over. laps the distance in the Falcone Chrysler Jeep Pro Truck Division feature event. Steve Black in the 1 and the 51 of Brandon Manns. Manns now trying to move into the 4th position, and he does so down the back straightaway. John Castor again working over the back end of Marion Reno. Castor letting Reno know that he's back there. The 98 of Greg Kelly just kind of sitting back, waiting to see what happens. Reno unable to pull away from the 32 of Castor. Down low, oh, Castor, contact made. Oh, and Reno into the wall. And the yellow book yellow comes out. 7 in the books of 20. The 32 of Castor, heavy damage to the right front suspension on that machine. Looks like they're not careful on the start. They may have a problem. Green's out. Greg Kelly leads him to the green flag. Reno back into the pit area in the number 8. Greg Kelly trying to stretch it, but Brandon Manns hanging tough. Back out in the number 8. The hood removed from that truck. Greg Kelly hanging tough, holding on to the lead. Brandon Manns running second. Greg Kelly, your champion in this division last year with 3 wins. Brandon Manns, the young driver in the 51, taking over for his dad, Dave. In turn 3, the 18 of Ernest Merritt going for the spin. The yellow 12 of 20 in the books. Kelly bringing him around. The green flag's out. Curtis Stewart looking low on Chantel Germack into turn 2, side by side. Germack comes back strong. Working the low side on Steve Black. Black able to hold on to the position. Oh, and Merritt going around again in turns 3 and 4 in the 18 truck. Let's see if he gets it refired. Nope. The yellow book caution coming back out. Come around lap 16. The green's out. We're racing. the back end. Kelly, though, starts to stretch it. Here comes Chantel Germack looking low on Black, but Black holds the position. Now Brandon Mann's looking low on Greg Kelly. 17 in a book. Mann's getting racy. Let's see if he can make the pass the next time by. He's looking, eyeing up the position. Oh, the 98 of Kelly bobbles, and that allows Mann's to look to the low side. Mann's trying to draw even. Kelly hanging tough. Brandon Mann's white flag waving. One more lap to go down into turn one. Brandon Mann's pulls side by side. Contact. They bang. They're a little sideways, but they hang on to it. Brandon Mann's trying to get to the low side of Greg Kelly. Kelly says no way out of turn four. Picks up the win. Wow.
There he is, folks. Greg Kelly climbing out of the 98 truck. Picking up his first win of the inaugural season. How you doing, Greg?
Pretty good.
Heck of a race out there, dude.
Yes, it was. It was pretty exciting.
Wow, neck and neck the whole way. Was there a little bump in there on the last lap?
There's some bumping, but that's all right.
Nice work, dude. You were kind of hovering in third place there for the first 7 laps, and there was a little action in front of you. What'd you see there from?
I don't know, just hard racing, it looked like to me.
Good stuff, man. There he is, folks. Greg Kelly.
All right, dude. Good job down there, Mike Dunn. Greg Kelly picking up his first win of the 2004 race season. 3-time winner last year. Was your track champion in the Falcone.
Hey, Dave, is it too cold for you down here, buddy?
Jeep Stelnick in the number 60. Matt Panay in the 32 machine, the 11. Jim Nicola in the number 5 machine. I'm going to get strangled up here, yes I am. Bruce Hamilton in the 29. The 99 of Bo Glemba. Out of turn 4, the green's out, we're racing. Oh, hang on, problems on the back straightaway. Contact made, cars going around. Tom Heilman is in the 57 machine, the black and red car. Out of turn 4, Kostelnik brings him to the green flag. Tom Knight Jr. back out of the pits in the 76, rejoins the field. Tight formation into turns 3 and 4, Kostelnik, Panay. And the 98 of Mike Bacalon, 2 by 2 by 2, down into turn 1. Now the 60 of Kostelnik taking over the lead. Gets the clear-cut position. Mike Bacalon in the 98. Moves up into the second spot on the inside. Actually, not yet. Now starts to nose ahead of the 32 of Matt Panay. Gary Scott in the the 16 right there. A little contact with Panay and Bacalon. Gary Scott now to the low side of Panay into turn 3. Single file out of turn 4, Kostelnik. Bacalon now looking to the high side. The 16 of Gary Scott right there. Scott looking low on Bacalon. Bacalon holding the position. He was looking high on Kostelnik. Kostelnik hanging on for dear life to that top position. Bacalon looks high again down the back straightaway now, drawing even, nearly drawing even with Kostelnik. Wheel to wheel down the front straightaway. Kostelnik inches ahead going into turn 1. Bacalon again tries to draw even out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Top 4 cars running in close formation. Panay looking low on Scott, side by side. 1, 2, 3, and 4 nearly all in formation. As Bacalon works the high side, Kostelnik on the low side now. Bacalon inches ahead on the high side, the number 98. Kostelnik right back at it, into the lead. Kostelnik got not given an inch. This time by, it'll be 10 laps, halfway in this 20-lap feature event. The top 6 running machines coming up on the lap traffic. The 57 of Tom Heilman graciously moves to the inside, allows the lead pack to move on by as they close in on the 94 of Al Civic going into turn 1. Kostelnik able to stretch the lead by about 3 or 4 car lengths on Bacalon. Gary Scott now trying to close in. Panay, Matt Smith, and the 97 of George P. Nicola all right there, putting on a whale of a race. 14 laps in the book. Kostelnik approaching the lap cars. The number 9 of Rick Huffman and the 01 of Harry Opfer, so gingerly he's going to have to try and make his way around. We've got a car to the low side in turn 4. The 99 machine of Bo Glemba, and Glemba trying to make his way back onto the speedway and does so. Meanwhile, the number 9 of Rick Huffman having problems as the field moved by. He moves to the high side. Harry Opfer, the lap car right now to the low side, receives the move over flag from starter Denny Carson. Single file once again. Now Gary Scott into turn 3. Bacalon up high, Scott down low. Scott makes the pass for the second position. Oh, hang on, Gary Scott loses it into turn 2. Bacalon right back into second. Gary Scott's car bobbled into turn 2, and Mike Bacalon able to take advantage. White flag waves one more time around. The battle now for the 5th position, George Nicola, Matt Smith. Kostelnik starting to stretch. Out of turn 4, gonna pick up a checkered flag, Adam Kostelnik. Second to Mike Bacalon. Gary Scott third. Panay fourth. Matt Smith rounds out the top 5, I believe. The 97 picking up the 5th position of over momentarily to Mike Dunn in Victory Lane for the Victory Lane interview. You can see a number of drivers and crew members coming out to greet the young driver. Picks up his career first win in the modified division.
Rookie!
That car owned by Bob Bentz Jr., and I believe his dad also involved in that car. Stan's transmission adorns the side of the number 60 machine. Getting all the
There he is,
congratulations.
folks. Adam Kostelnik climbing out of the 60 car. First win of the 2004 season. This guy is pumped. Congratulations, Adam.
Thank you.
Heck of a race, buddy. You got some yellow paint on the side of your car or what?
Nah, Mike just got into me a little bit in the back. It's just racing. He raced me clean. It's fun to beat Mike because me and Mike, I started out with him, and now I finally beaten him. You know, that's the first time I ever beat Mike in my life, racing against him. But this car, it's great, man. Buzzy Viglione owns it. Harry Lazader, he's the crew chief. He does the motor. The whole family, the Viglione family, the Lazader family. I mean, it's just a great team. I'm just fortunate enough to get to drive this car. It's a hell of a car.
Great stuff, man. You look good in it. You got a heck of a cheering section out here, so I'm going to let you get back to them. Congratulations, buddy.
I just want to thank my sponsors, Lazader Auto Service, Stan's Transmission, Bowling Machine. Definitely want to thank Harry Lazader, Chris Lazader, Carol for putting up for us at the garage, Buzzy, Josie, the whole family. I mean, I can't thank them enough. Can't thank Bobby Bentz. I mean, this is his ride. He moved out, let me in it, and I'm just fortunate enough to drive it. Thanks for the fans.
Adam Kostelnik, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, race fans picking up his career first win in the modified division, Adam Kostelnik. Great run for that young man. It was a very hard-fought battle to go. Is Margie Scott. That's Scott Margie. Had the name a little bit backwards there. Scott Margie in the number 65 machine. 15 laps. Green's out, we're racing. Stacking them up 3 wide down into turn 1. Andrew Kostelnik jumping into the lead. They're still 3 wide down the front straightaway. Going into turn 1, they're still 3 wide. Will they make it? Kostelnik trying to hang on to the spot. foul at this point, 3 laps down in this 15-lap event. Mike Lemley looking to the high side for that second position. Andrew Kostelnik hanging on to the top spot. The 17 of Dave McManus, strong, hanging tough in the second spot. Kostelnik, McManus, Lemley, Keller, and Bob Shipp, all right there, nose to tail, as they head down the front straightaway into turn 1. Now to the high side, Bob Shipp in the 04. The number 4 of Mike Lemley was trying to get around the 17 of Dave McManus. The 65 of Scott Margie going a lap down. Everybody making it through safe so far. The low side, the 04 of Bob Shipp into turn 1, unable to make the position pass. Status quo now, the 4 car of Mike Lemley looks low on Dave McManus. Still can't make the pass. Bob Shipp in the 04 trying the high side again on Tracy Keller. Oh, and the 17, McManus slips and slides, and the 4 of Mike Lemley moves to the low side. Lemley and McManus, the white flag out, 1 more lap to go. It's do or die for everybody. Oh, dirt tracking it into turn 1. The 04 of Bob Shipp. Shipp now tries down low for that 4th position. Sparks flying out of the 65 of Scott Margie. Out of turn 4, it may be a Kostelnik sweep. Down to the low side is the number 4 of Mike Lemley, but Andrew Kostelnik picks up the checkered flag. Charger division. Congratulations to that young man. We're going to turn it over to Mike.
Folks,
Dunn.
climbing out of the 57 car, Andrew Kostelnik. Did not win a race last year. He's kicking it off right this year.
Oh, bun it over here.
Andrew, congratulations, buddy.
Oh, thanks. Huh? What was that?
How'd it feel, buddy?
Well, it felt pretty good to me, I guess.
We're keeping it all in the family here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We got 2 brothers who've won the 2 last races. Dude, you didn't trail the entire race. Does it ever get boring not getting passed, not getting challenged?
No, every lap you're out there, you try to keep on going faster and faster. Except for that last one, you got to be real careful.
Good stuff, man. Anybody you want to thank? You got a heck of a cheering section out here as well.
Got to thank my brother especially. He helped me a lot with this car. Stan's Transmissions, Briggs Construction, Fast Frankie helped a lot out too this year. Cars by Dave painted the car. Shaky Dave, Max, Greg, Big J, they all helped me out this year.
Good stuff, Andrew. Congratulations.
All right, thanks.
Race fansman, the 34 of Aaron Majok, 2-2. Gotta love it. These cars are so cool. You can spend maybe $1,200–1,500 and go racing. Blow your horn, turn on your brake lights, and have a good time. The American Flyer Division, stop by the Speedway office and pick up rules. guarantee if you want to get involved in racing, it's a good way to do it for an inexpensive way and have a heck of a lot of fun doing it too. Gotta love this division, no doubt. Bob Eastman in the 55, the 34 is Aaron Minjock, and the 65 machine car is and rubber burning, horns a blaring. It's not a parade, it's the American Flyers, and they're wheeling and dealing out of turn 4. Bill Oldham in the number 5 machine, grabbing the lead at completion of lap 1. Dan Jordan in the 32 as the brake lights come on. Uh-oh, somebody's missing a brake light. There you go, he doesn't use the brakes. Man, I'm glad I'm really on top of things here tonight, race fans. Yeah. Side by side. The 32 on the inside. Dan Jordan trying to take over the top spot. Bill Oldham in the 5, high, wide, and handsome. Does a little bob and a little weave. The 22 of Gene Greco. Problems on the 48 of Gary Ancrom as he slows going into turn 3. New leader, the 32 of Dan Jordan. Jordan, Oldham, and the 22 of Greco all right there in close formation, putting on a good battle side by side for this top spot. 8 laps, the feature number of laps for this division, 2 to go. Signal given by Denny Carson. They're still side by side. Hey, maybe our first photo finish of the night. Oh, and able to really stretch the lead. Halfway signal, and I said 2 to go. You think, well, I ain't gonna say it. At any rate, yeah, that's right, I'm a rookie. I still got the yellow stripes. There's the 2 to go signal by starter Denny Carson. Dan Jordan now in command, hanging strong. The 22 of Gene Greco trying to fend off the number 5 of Bill Oldham. White flag wave in the low line, working for Dan Jordan. We don't pay attention to the yellow line down below. Neither does Dan Jordan in the number 5. He was doing a little bit of grass cutting there a moment ago. Coming out of turn 4, trying to put on a final charge is Greco. Dan Jordan's going to lead him to the checkered flag and pick up the win. And the U-pull at number 32. Good battle coming out of turn 4. But your winner in the number 32 machine, Dan Jordan, finishing second. The number...
Folks, climbing out of the 32 car is Dan Jordan, picking up his first win of the 2004 season. Dan, that's a heck of a trophy you got there, buddy. What's up, man? Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
How'd it feel?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Was this thing, it's heavy duty, man. Is this your first win of, first career win? How'd you do last year?
I won twice last year. It's pretty fun though.
Good stuff, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, once again, race fans, thanks for coming out to the MOTORDROME Speedway. Please drive safely. Buckle up on the way home. It's the law. We'll see you here.